Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're starting off with some MegaMek. We are jumping right into the battle that we started last week, and I'm aware that some of you might be missing this because it is on a Tuesday instead of a Thursday this week, and I do apologize for that. For those of you who are watching live, I'm glad you were able to make it. For those of you watching on YouTube or Twitch after the fact, I'm glad you were able to see this, but my biggest apologies go out to those who aren't going to have the opportunity to see this at all because I flooded the schedule. But yeah, we are picking up right where we left off last week, and I'm going to try to avoid doing anything too pivotal during this week's stream, just in case anyone does miss it. I understand Varenk is in the chat right now, and Gribbly said on the Discord that he would be able to make it. So, at least I don't feel like I'm by myself, which is nice. Because sometimes I do, you know, and that kind of sucks. We're going into round 5 of this battle. Let me just tuck this out of the way for a second while we review what exactly is going on. We've got Stiletto in the Cronus, we've got Zero Chew in the Quick Draw, and we've got Harivand and Uden in the Spider over here, backed up by the champion that is our liaison. Oh, hey Gribbly and Varank, I'm glad you were able to make it. I will just be doing a recap until you get back, probably. And these 4 pilots are up against an enemy Flashman, which has 3 large lasers and 4 medium lasers front-facing. A Guillotine 2C, which has 2 large pulse lasers and an ER-PPC, as well as some medium lasers and an SRM-6. And an Orion, that is the standard Orion with the autocannon 10, the LRM-15, 2 mediums, and an SRM-4. And so far things are going relatively well down in this corner of the map. We haven't taken too much damage. I think the Quick Draw has taken a little bit of torso damage. Stiletto is still pretty fresh. The Spider is still pretty fresh. The Guillotine we've been concentrating on. We've worn down some of his armor, particularly his head is notable. Another 7 points to his head would kill him. The Flashman and the Orion are pretty fresh as well. The Orion did take a few points to his left torso rear. And hopefully we can capitalize on that, but I'm not going to count on it. The Spider being our backstabber, hopefully can do some good work with those 4 medium lasers. Traveling northwards, we do have a Wolverine en route. We do also have the Stalker on the way, and not to be forgotten, Hoser, who I deployed in probably the worst possible spot, in the middle of the map, where all of the bad guys are at the south and north end. Hoser is making his way gradually southwards. But last we checked, even his ER large laser, his clan ER large laser, was just barely able to reach any of these guys. So the PPCs are still a couple of turns out, I think. Let's see, the Harvester Ant is making its way slowly across the field, so that should be a support point in the bag. And then up at the north end of the map, we've got Tsubasa and Ash against the Lancelot. The Lancelot has been beating up on Tsubasa a fair amount. We did take, I think, a large laser and a PPC to the left torso, which did breach our armor and took out one of our medium lasers. Another PPC there will blow off our arm, which is not good. Fortunately, the Lancelot only has the 1 PPC, and it's in the right torso, which is has taken some damage. Yeah, the right torso is down to 12 points of structure, the right arm is gone, the right leg is down to 7. If we can concentrate on that right side, we should be good. Or if we can hit the head for another 6 points of damage. Ash still looking relatively fresh. Looks like she's taken a large laser to the left arm, large laser to the left torso, and probably a large laser to the center torso. given. So yeah, that is where we stand right now. We do have some minefields on the map, but those really haven't come into any effect at all. Our team has one initiative, and within our team we are going last, and now is the time where we edit our bots. We replace everyone with Princess. And our Thumpers and the Karnov will be landing next turn. Presumably we already have 4 shots inbound that'll be landing this turn, hopefully on the Flashman and the Guillotine. The Orion... Wait. The Orion stands still or something? Because I could have sworn we were backed up into his rear arc, and we still are. I mean, the Spider might as well stand still. Try to take advantage of that rear arc that he's got on the Orion. Hadivan has a gun rate of 3. If we stand still, we should need... He's in light woods, so that's a 4. He's not evasive. He did run for 1 hex. If we stand still, we've got him on 4s. We might be able to hit him in the left torso rear. If we do, there is a 3 out of 7 chance that we'll hit his ammo if we crit, which there's like a 40% chance that we crit if we hit the left torso. But if we get real lucky, we hit the left torso, we get a crit, we crit the ammo. That's 4 rolls that we have to make. Wrong night? Yes, it is. I normally stream on Thursdays, but I did have a thing going on this Thursday, so I am bumping up the schedule to tonight. That said, thank you for noticing. And thank you, Gribbly and Varank, for being able to make it as well. Like I said before, I was kind of worried I was going to be alone tonight. And I'm glad that's not the case. In the meantime, we can move the Wolverine. We can get down here, I'm thinking, into visual range of the Black Knight. Ash and Tsubasa I want to wait on. The Quick Draw I want to wait on. Hoser can go ahead and move. And in fact, we can go ahead and have him move recklessly, so he can get his full 5 movement points. And I kind of want to just scoot down this way between these 2 lakes, but the movement points don't work out real well for that. So what I think I'm going to do, go ahead and turn here. The next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then turn after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. Yeah. I think that's a good move right there. It's reckless. We should need a 3 or better to make that. The Lancelot has moved, which means that Ash can react. I want her to back up, try to keep him at 4 hexes, which is a good range for his PPC, but it's a good range for our medium lasers as well, and we have more medium lasers than he has PPCs. Tsubasa would like to stay as evasive as possible because he has taken quite a beating from the Lancelot. We can try to get under the guns of his PPC. What else has he got? He's got 1 large laser. Let me see if I can get a little bit more detail there. He's got 1 large laser, 1 medium laser, and the PPC. If we can get under his PPC, then the large laser and the medium laser are probably not going to kill us. That said, he hits us in the left torso with the large laser, we'll be down to 1 structure, which I think I'm okay with. The odds are slim that he's going to shoot at us, and the odds are slim that he's going to hit us in the left torso. I think we'll be okay there. So the Orion and the Guillotine have moved. The Guillotine is now facing northeast. East, right? Yeah, that's east. We could have the quick draw jump in behind the Guillotine. That might be a really good move. Especially if we can get into kicking distance of the Orion on his right side. His right side's pretty fresh. Honestly, everything but his rear is fresh. But if we can kick him in that right leg, maybe we can concentrate some fire. We can shoot the Guillotine in the back with all of our medium lasers. And at the meantime, we're also being relatively evasive, and we're also in woods. So I like that move. Stalker. Let's go ahead and reckless you through the swamp. Needing a 5 and a 6 to avoid bogging down. We made it, which is good. Let's see, the Flashman, that's another zombie mech. That one has no ammo. We're just gonna have to beat the tar out of him until he gives it up. That said, how much armor does he have in the rear? Maybe we can shoot him up a little bit. His center torso is actually weak. His rear is actually really strong. So the champion has moved. The champion has moved to within 4 hexes, which is a good range for his autocannon. Not a great range for his medium lasers or the SRMs. He ran 8 hexes for a TMM of +3. I thought he was only a 5/8 movement profile. Did he really just run 8 hexes? He must have gone reckless. Or with a searchlight or something. So Stiletto and the Spider are the only ones left. The Spider will go ahead and stand still. I know speed is life, but we've just got such a good shot. We are also in the rear of the Guillotine. That is really tempting because the Guillotine has ammo. Well, no. We're gonna go for the Orion. Hopefully we can take him out real quick with an ammo explosion. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and have him stand still, and Stiletto has Hopping Jack, right? Yes. We can jump into the rear of the Flashman. We could jump into the rear of the Guillotine. We could jump backwards and try to get some distance. We could go here. That's got some woods between us and them. That's should be enough to block us from the Flashman, because the line of sight is going to pass through both of these hexes. The Guillotine is going to have to hit us through a heavy woods. I think that's the move there. Harry Hover IPC flees the battlefield and carries Platoon Light Scout with it. That is 2 support points in the bag for our team. So that is outstanding. I'm glad that was able to happen. Poser needed a 3, got a 4. The Stalker needed a 5, got a 10, and a 6, got a 6. He almost bogged down in the swamp. So that was close, but not bad. Karnov Thumper lands on the enemy Orion for 15 to the right leg and right arm. Our quick draw takes 5 to the right torso, down to 3 armor. Ouch. Yeah, our quick draw is looking pretty rough across the torso, especially the right side. What do we have in that right torso? We've got SRM ammo in that right torso. Fortunately, we also have case. But if we lose the right torso, we would lose like 90% of our firepower, so that's not great. I'd like to avoid taking any more damage to that right torso. The guillotine is shooting at Stiletto. Let's see. Ash. No, let's start with Tsubasa. At the Lancelot. We'll do one large at 12 heat. We'll do 1, 2, 3 mediums to be at 5 heat. That will be a movement penalty next turn, but as long as we are only shooting 3 medium lasers, that should cool us down. Yeah, because 12 plus 9 is 21, plus 4 is 25. Yeah, we have no choice but to cool down every turn unless we fire both larges. Ash at the Lancelot. We've got him on 3s. Oh my goodness, all of these are going to hit. And we've got him on, looks like 9s with the small pulse lasers, so we'll go ahead and throw in a couple of those just to be a little overheat neutral. Let's see, the Wolverine has the Black Knight on 9s. That's not as good as I was hoping for. We'll have to get into close range, I think. Full Moon Knight. Oh, we don't have lights on. So that's an additional +2. Don't like small lasers, that's way too close. That is extreme range for the small lasers at 4 hexes. And I am only firing 2 of them. They need 9, so they're not likely to hit. But the Lancelot has yet to declare his target. So he might be shooting at Tsubasa, which would be bad, or he might be shooting at Ash, which also is not great. That said, that does remind me I need to get the big guns in first. We've got the Flashman on 5s with the PPCs. At the very edge of extreme range. Or we've got the Black Knight. No, we don't have the Black Knight at all. Yeah, we've got the PPCs on 5s. We've got the ER large on 6, and that puts us at 4 heat over. So we will have to cool down next turn. But in the meantime, 5s and 6s is nice. Very nice. The Wolverine has the Flashman on a 7, or the Black Knight on a 9. I think we're going to go for the Flashman this turn. On a 7, at range, and some 11s. Yeah, we'll throw in some 11s at extreme range with the medium lasers, just cause. We'll throw in the SRM. Oh, not the medium pulse though. I'm not trying to overheat out of range of our second biggest weapon. Let's see, the quick draw into the back of the guillotine on 7s. Yeah, I'll go 7 heat over into the back of the guillotine. I'm hoping the large laser, well, if we keep the large laser out of the action, we'll be down 1 heat. We'll be at 23 of 24. Shall we take bets at how many 5s are missed? My money is on 2 out of 3. I think you're going to miss 2 out of 3 on the 5s, but I think you're going to hit the 6. That's my prediction. The Spider into the back of the Orion on 6s with everything. Let's see, the Stalker has the Flashman out of range of the large lasers. I'm starting to think I should replace those with ER large lasers. And we've got the LRMs on 13s, or we've got the Black Knight on nothing. The Orion on nothing. Alright, so the Stalker's not in combat yet. The Cronus has the guillotine. Oh, I should have fired at the guillotine before the quick draw did. He is shooting at us. He needs 8s with the large pulse lasers. The Orion needs 10s with his autocannon, mediums, and SRM4s at the Cronus. The Cronus is still fresh, so on 8s and 10s, I think we can survive a round or two like that. In the meantime, the guillotine in the right torso. The right torso is just double heat sinks and jump jets and ER mediums. And an ER medium. So 2 heat sinks, a jump jet, and an ER medium. If we hit him in the right side, we might take out his large pulses if we can take out his arm. He's got 24 points left in that arm. It's going to take a couple of turns of shooting to take out those large pulses. And honestly, I wouldn't mind salvaging those large pulses. Those are clan weaponry. So if we can take some of that, I will. At 5 heat already. 17, 20. We've got the Black Knight on 10s, we've got the guillotine on 7s. That'll be the guillotine. We go 6 heat over for the SRMs. I think we're gonna wait at 3 heat over. All of them will miss. We'll see here in a second. The guillotine on 8s hits stiletto in the right arm for 10, down to 8 armor there. Ouch. The champion at the flashman on 5s and 7s hits with the autocannon 10 to the left torso and 2 medium lasers to the left and right leg, down to 22 and 17 there. The flashman at the champion on 8s and 10s, missing with everything. The blackjack at the Lancelot hits him in the right torso with the large laser, critting on his PPC and his engine. Okay, Lancelot just became less of a threat. Medium laser to the center torso, down to 11. Medium laser to the right torso for 2. Medium laser to the right torso for 5. Destroyed by engine destruction, the Lancelot had an XL engine and lost his right torso. Okay, so that is... He's still going to get to shoot back at us this turn, but that will be his last turn of shooting. Ash at the Lancelot hits him in the left arm, the left leg, left arm, right leg, left arm, right leg destroyed. Center torso down to 0 armor. Okay, so the Lancelot is down and out. Any good weapons on the Lancelot? He's got a PPC, some medium lasers, a medium laser, and a pair of large lasers. It's an inner sphere Lancelot. Really, the only advanced tech it had, I think, was the XL engine. I don't even think it had ferrofibrous armor or endosteel or anything like that that we could take from it. The Lancelot is... I don't want to say it's trash, but it's not worth keeping. More medium lasers at the Lancelot, critting on his right leg. The Black Knight at the Spider hits him in the left arm with a large laser, leaving him with 2 structure. Ouch. Hoser at the Flashman hits 2 out of 3 with the PPCs on 5s. So I was wrong about that. Missed with the ER large, I was wrong about that as well. So who had 2 out of 4? And that was a head hit for 9 points, down to 0 armor, and a center torso rear hit, down to 7 armor. So while it may have been at extreme range, and we may have missed 2 out of 4 shots on an easy roll, those were 2 really good shots anyway. That was a head hit and a center torso rear. So a small laser to the head will kill him. A large laser to the center torso rear will go internal. The Wolverine on 7s and 11s, missing with everything. The Lancelot at the Archer hits her with a large laser to the left arm, medium laser to the left torso. So not a lot of damage there. Quick draw at the guillotine hits him in the left leg with a large and a medium down to 9 armor. Center torso rear with a medium down to 7. Left torso rear with a medium down to 3. And SRMs to the right torso rear and left torso rear down to 4 and 1 in those locations. And the right arm down to 11. And yeah, I agree, Hoser should have hit more. On 5s and 6s, I would expect 3 out of 4 to hit, not 2 out of 4. But that's RNG for you. The spider at the Orion hits him in the left arm critical for no effect. The right leg and the center torso rear down to 5. Small laser to the left torso rear, critting out his LRM 15, so not nothing. Not the ammo I was hoping for, but not nothing. The Orion at Stiletto hits her in the right leg with the autocannon 10. Hits her in the right arm with the medium laser down to 3. The Cronus at the Guillotine hits him in the right leg and right torso for 7 each with the medium pulse lasers. The ones that we salvaged from, I want to say the Wolverine 2C. Hit him in the right leg and the right torso for 7 each, down to 5 and 8 in those locations. Stiletto took 20 plus damage, needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 3. Ouch. Takes 6 damage to the left torso and center torso, both holding strong. Narrowly avoided hurting the pilot, needed a 4, got a 4. And the Flashman needed a 4 to stay standing, got a 4. Yeah, ouch. That round feels like it went to us, but it didn't come free. Let's see, the quick draw is gonna kick the Orion in the right leg on a 3. And the spider might be punching him in the back on 5s, hoping to get that ammo. Which I would not do if we had the stackpole rules involved. Physical attacks? No, Tsubasa. Alright, what happened? We kicked him in the right leg for 13, he's down to 4. We punched him in the left torso rear, but didn't get the crit. And we punched him in the right arm, no crit. And he took a kick. Oh, he took 19 points of damage. Not quite enough for a PSR. But he did get kicked, so he needs a 5, gets a 12. Would have been a pair of 6s that he needed, but I'll take a 5. Is what it is. We were 5 tons heavier, you know. Let's see. Ash is at 1 heat. The Black Knight is at 5. Our quick draw is at 7 heat, so we're gonna have to cool down. Pulsar's Ride is at 4. He's gonna have to cool down as well. The Champion is up to 5, so he's gonna take a movement penalty. Stiletto's up to 3. The Flashman is up to 6. The Orion is up to 4. The Blackjack is up to 5. Everyone else is running cool, which is like 3 people. 4, I think, maybe. We've won initiative, and we're going after the house officer, but before the convoy. Yeah, Hoser was pretty cold on those dice rolls. I didn't see exactly what he got, but it was 3 5s and a 6, and he only hit 2 of them. So it must have been cold. We're at 94.4%. Team 2 is at 71%. The convoy is at 27%, but that's because 2 of them have fled. 1 of them is destroyed. That means the other 2 are remaining. Primary op 4 is at 71%. So that's not bad. Let me... Okay. Looks like you beat me to it, but only barely. Yeah, the convoy is down to 2 units. They're both on the field. 2 have fled, so that's 2 support points in the bag. Primary op 4 is down to 71%. 4 out of 5 units. 1 with moderate, 1 with heavy damage. Tsubasa and Ash can maybe start moving southwards, but honestly, there's really not much point. I don't think they're going to be able to do any good. At this point, they're just initiative sinks. So we'll go ahead, we'll have the Blackjack go ahead and run. We'll have Ash go ahead and run. The Wolverine can get into sight of the Blackjack by running. We could be more evasive by jumping. And we can get him to within 5 hexes, which is close range for our autocannon. It's close range for his large lasers as well. So maybe we jump to here. That gives us 6 hexes, which is good for us. And it's bad for large lasers. He might hit us with a PPC, but I think we've got the edge on him if we go there. Let's see, who else? Hoser is going to reckless his butt up this hill. Needs a 3 or better, no whammies. Let's see, the Stalker is going to be next. And that'll be 5 hexes or 4 hexes that direction. And you know what? We're going to go Searchlight on. Or no, it has to be Reckless first and then Searchlight on. I forget. And that'll give us hopefully just a little bit more visibility. We need a 5 and a 6 to avoid bogging down. What happened? What happened? We made it. We moved to the full 4 hexes. Good deal. Let's see. Quick Draw can get behind the Orion, can get behind the Guillotine, and get behind the Black Knight maybe. Yeah, let's get into the back of the Black Knight, maybe tear up his rear armor a little bit, get some evasion going. Actually, let's get into the woods. It does mean we won't be able to kick or punch him, but it does mean we'll be harder to hit, which is good when we're looking as rough as we are. That just leaves the Cronus and the Spider, and the Cronus is prone. Let's try to get up. We should only need like a 3, yeah. That gives us eyes on the Orion and hopefully no one else. The Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not gonna work. Where can we put the Spider where he's gonna do the most good? Or we just have him walk? Or run, I should say. No, because that's not evasive at all. I think I'm gonna have to jump the Spider out a ways. Yeah, I think 2 points of evasion for jumping at least 3 hexes plus 2 in the woods is the best we're gonna get. Guillotine needs to get up, needs a 5, gets us 9. Guillotine passes through a fire, will generate 2 extra heat. Hoser needs a 3, gets an 11. Stalker needs a 5 and a 6, gets a 10 and an 8. Stiletto needs a 3, gets a 10. The Karnov hits the Flashman in the right arm, the left torso, and the center torso. The right arm is still strong, but the left and center torso are starting to get weak. 7 and 10 points left in each of those locations. Ash has no targets. The Wolverine has the Black Knight on 5s, which is not bad. That's going to be 5s and 7s, I think. Yeah, we'll go 2 heat over on 5s and 7s into the Black Knight. The quick draw will then shoot into the back of the Black Knight. Oh, the champion is also illuminating the Black Knight with a searchlight. So that's nice. He is also shooting at the Flashman on 5s and 7s. The Flashman is shooting at him on 5s. So let's see, an autocannon 10. An autocannon 10, 2 mediums and 2 smalls versus 2 larges and 4 mediums. I suspect this turn is going to go to the Flashman. But we might be able to help out a little bit. No, actually, I don't think we will. We've got the back of the Black Knight on 5s. Oof. Maybe we don't go 8 heat over. We'll go into the Black Knight on 5s with the 4 mediums and the SRM 6. That'll put us 4 heat over, which is acceptable. Hoser has the Flashman on 6s, has the Black Knight on 5s, has the Guillotine on 7s. The Guillotine is our priority target. He's got a low target or a low piloting skill and a high gunnery skill. He's already hurt. He's got ammunition. He's got large pulse lasers. I know it's our most difficult shot, but it's the one I think I want to take. On 7s and an 8. We'll go 4 heat under. I don't want to go 8 heat over for an 8. That's just too much. Let's see, the Spider's got no shot. The Stalker has the Black Knight on 12s, has the Flashman on 13s. That'll be a pair of 12s. And a bunch of 10s with the LRMs. Stiletto at the Orion has him on 7s. I think that's gonna be more machine guns. We did salvage 6 clan machine guns last week, so we might be putting those. I was thinking in the Spider, actually, is where I want to put those. Yeah, we're gonna hit the Orion on 7s and 5s. Oh, I forgot those are clan pulse lasers. Those have extra range. Yeah, we'll skip the ER large. We'll do a bunch of 5s and we'll do a 7. That puts us at 5 heat under. It's a cooldown turn. That ER large is just too hot. Tsubasa has eyes on nobody. And machine guns are nice and light as long as you have crit slots for them. Yeah. Have almost 3 CMG between 3 mechs. 30 clan machine guns between 3 mechs. That's 10 each. Why don't you just run a bunch of piranhas? The Guillotine hits the champion in the left arm with the ERPPC and the large pulse laser. All TSM. Nice. So you can get in quick, you can blast them for 60 plus damage with the machine guns, and then you can get the heck out. Actually, clan machine guns and TSM are not gonna be the best synergy, because the clan machine guns, unless you put them in an array or are using the rapid fire rules, they don't produce any heat. And TSM requires heat to run properly. That said, the champion just lost his left arm, which is not a big deal for him because he doesn't have any guns in his left arm. And the Guillotine missed with his ER mediums on 6s with a pair of 5s, so that's kind of funny. He's rolling like we are. Mediums and heavies, machine guns and small lasers. Sounds a little cheesy, but then again, if it works, it works. Champion hits the Flashman in the left torso critical, getting 2 rolls. because he goes internal. Crits the Flashman in the engine, which is a very good place to crit on a Flashman, because the Flashman tends to run a bit warm. 699 with prototype jump jets. That's, I mean, almost enough to get the +5 TMM. Cheesy, yes. Effective, yes. Yeah, that's pretty much my assessment of it. Yeah. So the champion hits the Flashman in the left torso, critting on his engine. Medium lasers to the left torso, small laser to the left torso. Crits on the engine again and destroys the Flashman by engine destruction. So that is a kill for the champion. Nice going. The Wolverine at the Black Knight missed with the LB-10X. Rolled a 3. Medium pulse lasers on 7s hit him in the left leg. Medium laser on a 7 to the left torso. 55 tons, just enough to one hit ahead with TSM active. No, because if you punch at 55, wait. A 55 tonner kicks for 11 points. Are you telling me that a 55 tonner with TSM punches for 12? Oh, that's... I don't want to say cheesy because we've already used that word, but that is very precise in the math. You found that ultimate pinnacle of low weight with high damage, which is a good thing in my book. I've always thought that a 60 tonner with a hatchet was a really good combination, but I never really thought of using a 55 tonner because I guess 5.5 rounds up to 6 and then you double that to 12. I never thought of that. I see, yeah. The Flashman hits the champion in the right torso, the left torso, the right torso 2 more times, critting on his autocannon 10. That's unfortunate. The quick draw at the Black Knight hits him in the right torso rear with a couple mediums, hits him in the left arm and the left torso rear. SRMs to the left torso rear, right torso rear, doesn't get the crit. The head and the left arm, so Sivatoslava takes their first point of damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 10. Hoser at the guillotine on 7s. Hits him in the right leg, the left torso rear, and the center torso rear. That is some nice shooting. You may roll like crap, but you shoot like hell. Right leg down to 11 structure, left torso rear down to 7 structure, center torso rear down to 20 structure. Went internal with all 3 shots. Nice. The Black Knight at the champion hits him in the left arm with the PPC, which transfers to the left torso, critting on his medium laser and SRM6. I hope he ditches the SRM6 ammo before it goes critical. Medium laser to the head, forcing Peter Kugler's first consciousness check. Needs a 3, gets a 9. Stalker on 12s and 10s lands 3 LRMs to the Black Knight's center torso. The Cronus at the Orion with the medium pulse lasers on 5s hits him in the right arm, the left leg, and left torso. All those locations holding strong. 4 SRMs as well to the right and left torso. Right torso's down to 16, left torso's down to 13. And the Orion missing on 8s and 10s. The Black Knight needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 6. The Champion needs a 7, gets an 8. The Orion needs a 6, gets a 6. The Guillotine needs a 6, gets a 10. So nobody falls down. There we go. The Champion just changed its sprite. Black Knight is at 6 heat, Quick Draw is at 4, Champion is at 7, but he lost his autocannon, so he's not going to be building up as much heat, I don't think. The Orion is at 4, the Guillotine is at 8. We've lost initiative, and what's more, we are going before everyone except the House Officer, which is the Champion. Yeah. Karnov and Thumpers inbound. Those will be landing next turn. Ash, we're not trying to go reckless. The odds of making it there in time to do any good are just too slim. That said, Wolverine might go reckless this turn. Hoser will continue. Can we turn on Hoser's Searchlight? That will eliminate him. But I don't think anyone's going to target him at that range. Stalker, meanwhile, will be moving at that movement pace. Let's see, the Wolverine, the Quickdraw, the Spider, the Cronus, and let's get the Blackjack on the way as well. Alright, the Black Knight. Did not move very far. Moved 1 hex for a TMM of 0. We can move 5 hexes, be super evasive, kick him, and unload a bunch of lasers and SRMs on him. The quick draw might just stand still in the back of the Black Knight. I mean, we're weak on the right torso, but unless the Guillotine and the Orion turn around and come face us, the Black Knight only has, what does he have in his arms? He's got a medium laser in each arm and a PPC in the right arm. So he might hit us with as much as 15, but the odds against that are pretty high. We could alternately just remain mobile. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to try to trade places with Stiletto. We'll get the Black Knight at 3 hexes from Stiletto. That should be an easy shot for her with those clan medium pulse lasers. Let's see, that just leaves the Spider, who will jump 7 hexes into the back of the Guillotine. Sure, why not? The J27 flees the battlefield, so that's 3 support points in the bag, and I believe that guarantees a victory. The champion needs a 5 to avoid bogging down in the swamp, gets a 7. Karnov turns some heavy woods into light woods, turns some light woods into rough. The Thumper hits our Wolverine for 5 in the left leg, and the Black Knight for 5 in the left torso, down to 2 armor there. That definitely hurt us less than it hurt him. Ash has no targets. Where is... Blackjack has, I assume, no targets, even with the ER larges. Yeah. Next big guns is gonna go to Hoser, who has the Black Knight on 6s. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We will fire a trio of 6s. Sorry, a trio of 4s at the Black Knight and a 6 to put us 4 heat over. Yeah, that sounds like the cycle that we need. Wolverine. Black Knight's about to take a bunch of damage from the PPC fire, but he doesn't have ammunition, so he's gonna go down slow. Boat Frigger, hey, how's it going? So Matt Pat is leaving the internet, and I bet DSP is like, I'm invincible. I don't know who DSP is. Yeah, I was trying to make the chat a little more visible, but it's not gonna work. I don't know who DSP is. or Sundo something. I do know who MatPat is, at least. And I'm kind of sad to think that he's leaving the internet. Because I do enjoy his content, for the most part. So we're going for the Black Knight on 5s or the Guillotine on 10s. That is an easy choice. It's going to be 5s and 3s. And we'll go 4 heat over for 5s and 3s on the Black Knight. The Quick Draw has the Guillotine on 11s or the Black Knight on 6s. I feel like the Black Knight might be toast at this point, but I'm not willing to bet on it. We'll skip 2 of the mediums. We'll throw in some SRMs to do some crit seeking on that right side, just in case we can get some engine damage. The Spider into the back of the Guillotine on 11s. Sure, we'll go heat neutral for that. And the Stalker on 10s. We'll go ahead and take those. Not that I think any of those are going to hit, but, you know, you can't hit if you don't shoot. Stiletto into the Black Knight on 4s or the Guillotine on 10s. Let's skip the ER large. We'll do 8s with the pulse lasers and a 10. That puts us 6 heat under. Oh, I saw something happen. That one guy on YouTube that really sucks at games, probably intentionally, and even got Atlas to mock him. Sundowner, as in the boss from Metal Gear Rising, who I took the quote from. I haven't played Metal Gear Rising. I don't even know if that's an old one or a new one. I don't know who Sundowner is either. Aside from being the boss of Metal Gear Rising. I don't know who Atlas is. Wow, you're making me feel ignorant. Not that I'm blaming you or anything. It's my fault for being ignorant. Hoser hits the Black Knight in the right leg, the center torso, the right arm, and the center torso. 4 for 4 on 4s and 6s. Nice shooting. Center torso goes from 17 armor to 20 structure. You consider Xbox 360 retro or no? Atlas is the company behind Persona. Okay. I have heard of Persona. I don't consider the 360 or the PS3 retro exactly. They're not new, but I still have one in the bedroom. Yeah, 4 for 4 is nice. Especially when that's a solid 40 points of damage. So yeah. Sega Genesis is retro for sure. I feel like Nintendo 64 is on the borderline of retro. I feel like the PlayStation 2 is on the borderline of retro. PlayStation 1 is definitely retro at this point. But the PS3 or the Xbox 360, I don't really think of them as retro. They're just last gen. Guillotine at the Wolverine with the large pulses on 7s hits him in the right torso and the left arm down to 8 in both of those locations. The center torso takes 7 from an ER medium down to 18. I feel 2 gens behind his retro. I feel like 3 generations behind his retro. You know, when I sit down and examine the way I feel about it, that's the conclusion I come up with, which I hadn't really done before. But yeah, no, I don't consider the 360 or the PS3 to be retro yet. I consider the Xbox One and the PS2 to be retro. That's kind of where I draw the line, I guess. The Wolverine, the Black Knight, hits him in the right arm down to 3 structure. Center torso with the medium pulse to the right arm, destroying that right arm. Which is his PPC arm. He's also going to lose a medium laser. Medium laser to the center torso down to 9. Medium laser down to the left torso down to 13, critting on a heat sink. SRMs to the right and left torso. critting on another medium laser and another heat sink. Also, the left arm and right leg, both still holding strong. The quick draw hits the Black Knight in the right torso with a large laser, hits him in the left torso with a medium laser. The Spider at the guillotine on 11s hits him in the right leg with a small laser, goes internal but doesn't get the crit. Black Knight landing a large and a medium on the Wolverine's left leg and center torso, as well as the right torso critical and the left leg again down to 8. Small laser hits him in the left torso. I only needed 6s? We only need 6s. 2. Not in the dark. 3 for walking. 4, 5, 6 for jumping. Jeez. I'm glad we jumped as far as we did, or we would have taken another medium laser. My reasoning, not even EA Sports or Ubi's Just Dance devs are going to be releasing games on the systems anymore. My reasoning is that not even EA Sports or Ubisoft's Just Dance devs are going to be releasing games on the systems anymore. I don't think that just because a game system isn't being released for anymore, I don't feel like that makes it retro. It just makes it, there's like a dip between being current and being retro, where there's no support for the game system at that point. And it is a shame. I mean, I hate to see a game system go by the wayside, but like the Sega Dreamcast, that was a good system. I feel like I just slipped up. The Dreamcast was a good system, but it didn't get a lot of support. It kind of crashed before its time and hasn't had a lot of retro support. And it's a shame because it was such a good system. It had a lot of really good games. Cronus hits the guillotine in the right torso for 7. Hits him nowhere else. The Black Knight goes down, takes 100 plus damage, needs an 8, gets a 6. Takes 8 damage to the right torso and left torso, critting on his large laser. Takes a point of falling damage, needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 7. Wolverine took 40 plus, needs a 5, gets an 8. I didn't realize our Wolverine took 80 plus damage that turn. Our Wolverine will be kicking the Black Knight in the back twice on 0s. Dreamcast was awesome. Yeah, I loved mine as well. Probably the game I played most was Seaman, which is such a weird game. Anyhow, pretty amusing that the last release for plenty of consoles is either Madden 2030 whatever, or a Just Dance game. I hadn't really paid attention to what the last releases of any systems were. I just know that at a certain point they stopped getting support. And yes, I did just try to kick that guy on an 8. Hopefully we don't fall down. Wolverine kicks the Black Knight in the left leg and the right torso rear, destroying his right torso rear. So that is the PPC gone, the large laser gone, the medium laser gone, the medium laser gone. So he is down to, at best... Oh, he is so close to dead. He is about to reach critical survival failure on his center torso. A medium laser to the left or right torso would do him in at this point. Right torso rear destroyed. Man, why could we not have done one more point of damage to that right torso? Would have killed him. Spider misses his kick but does not fall down. Alright. Black Knight is at 17 heat. Needs a 4+ to avoid shutting down. Gets the 4, barely. Our Wolverine is at 4. Our quick draw is at 3. Hoser is at 4. The guillotine is at 9. Everyone else is running cool. We've lost initiative, and in fact we are going before everyone but the house officer. So the champion gets to go first, which hopefully they don't gang up on him, because that is going to be a victory point if he gets, you know, completely destroyed. Hoser will continue advancing in that direction. He'll move 3 hexes this turn. The Stalker will also continue his advance. Ash will continue her advance. Blackjack will continue his advance. Okay, so the Black Knight moved, but is still prone. I'm thinking I'm just gonna shoot an SRM-6 at that Black Knight and hope it hits. Because otherwise, there's not a lot that I need to do for him. He is gonna get to shoot at us this last turn, but only at a greatly reduced firepower level. Wolverine. Actually, can we jump to here and hit him with maybe some LBX pellets? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Let's see, that leaves the Guillotine and the Orion. The Orion is already pretty badly beat up, especially in the rear. The Spider's going last. I want to get some more rear shots on that Orion. Stiletto. And jump over here. They've still got 3 mechs, which is not a lot. But they are 3 heavy mechs with some decent pilots. Quick draw. Jump into these woods and try to take out the Orion or the Guillotine, if nothing else. That just leaves the Spider. We'll jump 7 hexes into these woods. And the Harvester Ants is about to make it off the field as well, which is going to be our 4th victory point in the bag. Guillotine will generate 2 more heat for passing through a fire. Karnov hits the Spider in the right leg for 5. That sucked. The Thumper hits the Cronus in the left arm for 5. Thumper hits the Spider in the center torso for 5. Down to 7 armor. Okay, so the Thumpers are starting to be a problem. Ash and Tsubasa are not going to shoot anything this turn because they don't have any targets. We've got the Black Knight. Cluster munitions on a 5. We'll throw in a couple of 8s. There we go. Heat neutral, maximum killing capacity. Quick draw at the Guillotine on 12s or the Orion on 8s. That's a pretty easy choice to make. 12s are not going to hit. We'll go 6 heat over because I'm expecting this battle to be done imminently. Hoser has the Guillotine on 10s. We'll take some shots at that. We're not going to go 8 heat over for that, though. Even on 9, I don't think that's worth doing. The Spider, I guess, has the Black Knight on 9s. The Stalker, I guess, has the Guillotine on 15s or the Black Knight on 11s. It's the Guillotine that I'm really worried about. The Black Knight, as far as I'm concerned, is as good as dead. But we do have him on 9, so we might as well take some shots at that. The Cronus at the guillotine on 9s. Yeah, we'll take one of those. Actually, twist so that we can get in a couple of 9s. We go 3 heat over, which is fine. Alright, round report. The Wolverine misses the Black Knight with the medium pulse. The medium and the SRM does hit with the LBX, but hits him in the back. I thought I only needed to do 1 damage to his center torso, but I did not count on hitting him in the center torso rear. The guillotine hits the stalker in the left torso and left leg with large pulse lasers. The quick draw hits the Orion in the right arm, the right leg, and the right torso with medium laser fire. SRMs to the right leg, left arm, left leg, and right torso, critting on his right foot. Holzer's right at the guillotine, hits him in the left arm for 9 on 8s. The spider at the Black Knight hits him in the left arm, hits him in the left torso, transfers to the center torso. Spider gets the kill on the Black Knight. I was worried there for a minute. The Stalker at the Black Knight hits him in the center torso rear, hits him in the center torso rear. Cronus at the guillotine hits him in the left arm, blows the left arm off with a medium pulse laser. The Orion at the quick draw hits us with a medium laser to the right leg, down to 23 armor. The Stalker took 20 plus, down to 6, needs a 6, gets a 6. The Orion needs a pair of 7s, gets a 9 and a 10. Makes up for all my earlier hits. I mean, missing, what was it? You missed 3 out of 4 on 10s, I think, which is, I mean, not bad. Not bad at all. And we kicked him in the head. We kicked him in the right torso for 13, critting on his autocannon 10 and forcing him to make a PSR or fall down. He does make it. Quick draw is at 6 heat, Cronus is at 3, the Orion is at 2, the guillotine is at 3. What is our battle value looking like? We're at 89% of ours. Team 2 is at 23.5% of theirs. We've got 1 unit left in the convoy. They've destroyed 1. Our house officer is still at 51%. But yeah, primary outforce down to 23, so I think we can call it here. I'd like to take the guillotine salvage though, since that is clan tech, so I think I'm gonna do 1 more round. Thumpers will be landing next turn, that's okay. Blackjack will just be running 5 hexes. Ash doesn't have a searchlight, so she can't do that. The Wolverine can see the guillotine from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes, so that's medium for most everything, short for the LBX. The quick draw can go there. No, that's still on his left side. Dang it. That said, do we want to do anything to his left side? I don't know. Hoser will move to there, where he can maybe get a shot. The Spider will go to there, where he can get back shots on the Orion. The Stalker will move there. Cronus will jump into that hex, where we've got eyes on the guillotine at 2 hexes. Champion flees the battlefield. Okay, but it did survive. It was in forced withdrawal, but it did survive. All the artillery scatters off the board. Or nears makes no difference. We'll skip with that. The Wolverine has the guillotine on an 11. Fine. No, we'll save that for last. We'll start with the PPCs, which don't have eyes on anyone. Next is, I guess, the Blackjack doesn't have any targets. The Wolverine, no, the Wolverine has the LBX. We're shooting that last. We've got the guillotine on 10s. Yeah, we'll go 10 heat over. I'm expecting this to be the last round now. Spider at the Orion into his back on 7s. Let's see, the Stalker into the guillotine on 17s. And 15. That's not gonna happen. The Cronus at the guillotine on 9s. We'll take one of. We'll take 3 7s and a 9, and that'll leave us 3 heat under. So I guess is fine. And then we'll try to hit him with an LBX on an 11. The guillotine hits the spider in the right torso with a large pulse laser, leaving us with 6 structure. That hurts. Missed with everything else on 6s and 8s. The quick draw, missing the guillotine on 10s except for a medium laser to the left torso. Spider hits the Orion in the left leg and the right torso rear, and the right torso rear with a small laser, leaving him with 2 armor. The Orion misses the Spider. The Cronus hits the guillotine in the center torso and the left torso. The Wolverine misses on an 11. We'll skip physical attacks. The Spider will be, I think, kicking the Orion on 4s. Just make sure here. His right torso is down to 2 armor in the back. If we kick him in the right leg, we could potentially do 6 damage, and then he takes another 7 falling. We could theoretically take out his right leg if we kick him. So we'll try that. Oh no, we're kicking him on the punch table apparently. I just saw that for a second. We are also going to be kicking him in the back on a 2 on the punch table. With Melee Master, so that'll be twice. Let's see what the Spider did first. The Spider kicks the Orion in the left torso rear, critting on his SRM 4 ammo and destroying it. The Cronus kicks him in the head and the left torso, which transfers to the center torso. So either one of them would have killed him, but the Spider beat him to the punch. So that was exciting. I still want that guillotine, but I think he might be in retreat. He is at 8 heat. The quick draw is at 10. We've lost initiative and we are going first. Our op 4 is at 17%. At this point, it just feels kind of cheesy to not just finish him. Not just call it, you know? So 1 unit remaining, and that's the guillotine. Alright, let's gang up on the guillotine. Let's finish him off. Unless he's fleeing. And if he's fleeing, there's really not much we can do to stop him. No. We should be able to move to where Tsubasa is. No. We'll jump to here. We will advance to here, full 5 hexes. We will advance to here, I think. Tsubasa will advance his full 5 hexes. And that, oh, because he was on a rough space. That's why we can't enter that hex this turn. Let's see, the quick draw. We'll jump into these woods just to keep him from trying to go that direction. Spider will jump into these woods just in case he goes that direction. Stiletto will jump into these woods in case he decides to go over there. And he decided to flank the Wolverine. Means we're going to get some shots on him, but not as many as I was hoping for. Harvester Ant flees the battlefield, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 or 5 support points that we've earned? Thumpers dealing damage to the terrain. I think maybe one of our convoy had gotten destroyed. Potentially, maybe. I'm not sure. But everything else seems to have escaped. We'll hold off on the Wolverine. Let's see, we've got no shots there. We've got no shots there. Going to lurk? Okay, that's fine. Here in just a second, actually, I'm gonna have to lurk for a minute myself. You know what I mean. We've got him on 10s. It's really not great. We've got him on 16s and 16s, so that's not gonna happen. The Cronus has him on 12s. Yeah, we'll take a shot on a 12. We'll take some more shots on 12s. Let's see, the Blackjack is not quite in range. And the Wolverine has him on a 10. And a 9 and some 11s. Yeah, we'll go 2 heat over for some 11s. And this is the part where, like I said, I have to lurk for just a minute. So if you will excuse me while this loads, I'll be right back. Okay, I appreciate you guys' patience. I needed that. Don't know if you could tell, but my elbows are starting to float. I haven't been drinking my water or my wine for exactly that reason. Thank you, thank you. The guillotine misses with everything. Everyone misses the guillotine. That's unfortunate. We can try to punch him on an 8. We get 2 chances. Can we punch him in the head? I'd love to punch him in the head. Even for 5 or 6 damage. No, we missed both punches. Dang. Alright, let's finish off this guillotine so that we can go home and salvage it. We're at 84%, Team 2 is at 16%, with 1 unit remaining. All I've got to do is take out that one guillotine, and we can take it home with us. Oh man, I'm really going after him like a dog with a bone, aren't I? Archer's gonna go there. Tsubasa's gonna go there, I guess. Oh, the guillotine. Walked to 0 for a TMM of 0. And he left himself where at least 4 of us can get in his back. I would very much like to get eyes. Oh, I can get eyes on him from there. Don't blow up all that good equipment. I'll try to avoid blowing up as much as I can. His ER-PPC is already toast, but he does have 2 large pulse lasers, an SRM, and 2 ER mediums that we might still be able to salvage. Let's see, the Stalker can see him from there. Stiletto... can see him from there, I guess. Make yourself a target, why don't you? Artillery all scatters, as it is wont to do. Ash has no one in range. Tsubasa, I suspect, has... oh. 16s, so might as well not be in range. Let's see, we'll save the rear shots for last. We'll hit him in the front with some 11s. We'll go 5 feet over on an 11, because again, I'm expecting this to be the last turn for like the 4th turn in a row. Hoser's got him on 9s. Wait, I saw a 7 there for a second. 9, 7, 7, 9. Okay. Yeah, we'll go 4 feet over for a trio of 7s and a 9. The Stalker has him on 10s and 12s. And yeah, we're just gonna Alpha Strike. No, not the 13s. We'll go 5 feet over, or 1 heat over with the Stalker. Stiletto has him on 6s. That'll be 9 heat over. Yeah, we're just gonna go all out this turn. The Wolverine has him on a 7 with the LBX, 7 with the Pulse, 7 with the mediums, and a 7 with the SRM. And we'll follow that with the Spider, also on 8s. No gyro. Okay, we got him. I just wonder if there's going to be anything left. He hit the Stalker in the left leg and the right leg with with large pulse lasers for 10 each. The right arm takes 2 ER mediums for 7 each, and 3 SRMs to the left torso, and right arm. Quick Draw hits him in the right leg, critting on his upper leg and jump jet. The Awesome hits him in the right torso with a PPC. The Stalker hits him in the left torso with a large laser, which destroys it and transfers to the center torso. Medium laser to the center torso down to 2. The Cronus at the guillotine hits him in the left torso, which transfers to the center torso, leaving him with 15 structure. Leaves him with 8 structure after the second one, critting on his gyro and engine. The Wolverine hits him in the right leg with the LB-10X, destroying the right leg and transferring into the right torso rear, leaving him with 3 structure. Medium pulse laser to the right arm, critting on one of his pulse lasers. Ouch. Medium laser to the left arm, transfers to the left torso rear, transfers to the center torso rear, critting on his engine. SRM to the center torso rear, right torso rear destroyed, transferring to the center torso rear, and that's the last point of damage we need. Stalker does go down after taking 40 plus damage. Takes 9 to the right leg and left torso. And that should be Team 1 has achieved all victory conditions. Team 1, yes, has achieved all required victory conditions. So, yes, we do always save the salvage, even if it takes a minute. The guillotine got guillotined? I wouldn't say so. He got cored out. If he had gotten headshotted, I would agree with you. Yes, we controlled the battlefield. We took heavy damage to the Blackjack. Went internal on the left torso, critted on his medium laser. Took heavy damage to the Spider. Went internal on the right torso and the left arm. Neither one of which is really critical for that mech. The Wolverine took light damage, just armor damage, right torso down to 3. The Stalker took some moderate damage, left leg is down to 18, presumably from 36. Other than that, everyone is in really good shape. No one got hurt, and we are definitely salvaging that guillotine. And I don't think we really want to salvage anything else. We'd rather just take the money, I think. We did capture Sava, pilot of the Black Knight. We captured Gladys Moran, pilot of the Flashman. We captured Amanda, pilot of the Lancelot. We did not capture Sita, pilot of the Guillotine. Apparently they got away. The Flashman goes to our champion, I think it was. Hadi Van Uden got the Orion and the Black Knight. Vernetta got the Guillotine, Tsubasa got the Lancelot, so only 3 people out of the 8 that we brought got kills at all. Reached the west edge. I guess the Power Man got destroyed. Yeah, it did. It got blown up early on. So preserve 50% succeed, force withdrawal 50% succeed, preserve 100% succeed, preserve the champion. We did not really succeed. No, Hoser did not get any kills today, unfortunately. He did get an XP for going out, but he did not get any bonus XP for kills. It's a champion. Hey, that champion actually did relatively well. He soaked a fair amount of damage. He did a fair amount of damage. We got 2 victory points out of it. 2 victory points and 4 support points. So that is important. We now have, I think, what, like 15 support points? Yeah, 15 support points. So what parts do we need? We could build an entire mech out of support points at this point. What do we want? I'm thinking engines. I'm thinking XL engines. I'm not thinking gyros, though. Let's see. Elite. Maru, you're next in line to get some XP as a veteran doctor. Bruises, cuts, and cuts. Okay, so that should be relatively easily. We'll go ahead, we'll unassign Angus. we'll give you to Maru so that he can start going up a bit faster. Hopefully he'll be our next elite doctor. The repair bay, oh, we've just got the guillotine, which is salvage. We are gonna get we're gonna get the ERPPC out of it, and we're gonna get the large pulse laser out of it. That's exciting. Let's see what we can do here. Denise, you've got clan tech, so you're gonna, actually, yes, Rudin. You also have clan tech, so you're gonna spend 40 minutes just pulling this armor on a 4. And 40 minutes pulling this armor on a 4. That leaves you with 400 minutes. The large pulse laser, I think, is going to be Denise on a 4. We'll save the PPC for tomorrow. Unless Edeborg? Edeborg could do that on a 4. Or Lonnie. Or Chris. Or Penny. Who wants to get the XP most? I think Chris. The double heat, or yeah, the jump jet. We can have NS. No, we can have a regular do that. We'll have Shada do the jump jet, or try to. We'll have Salmon try the jump jet and succeed. We'll do ×4 on the double heat sinks and the ammo bin. We'll do ×4 on the cockpit and all the actuators. Yes, Rudin with 8 XP should be able to, actually, even with a green tech, we shouldn't need ×4 for the actuators. Okay, so that's going to be 1 and 2. That'll be in progress. The cockpit can go to, Penny can knock that out over today and tomorrow, I think. Unless Edeborg wants a 10th point of XP, which I think she kind of does, actually. The ammo bin, we can get that. Penny can get that on a 2. Sure, why not? And the double heat sinks will have Bic knock and B knock out the heat sinks. That just leaves the actuators, which we'll save for Rudin. So that he can work up some XP. And other than that, it's gonna be, where did the PPC go? We already got the PPC. We must have already got the PPC. We've got a left torso. We've got 2 double heat sinks. We can have Shasta and Janet do those. Janet. We had a Janet. I don't recognize a Janet. It was listed as a mech tech. Janet. Janet Andrews. Oh, she's doing maintenance on the Goliath. That might be why I don't really recognize her. So the life support and the sensors are coming out with the head. Everything else is just going to be actuators and parts. Actually, we'll do ×4 on the left leg and the head. The right arm and the left arm both got blown off, so those are going to be ×0. I think that's about everything that I want to do for right now. So we will advance the date to January the 3rd, unmaintained units. What unmaintained units are we talking about here? We will go. Okay, so the guillotine has no tech crew. And that is the only thing. Okay, so yeah, we can advance the day to Thursday, January the 3rd. We got 5 tons of armor in. Edeborg got the cockpit off the guillotine, barely. We needed a 3, got a 3. Yasrudin needed a 4, got a 4. Got the upper arm actuator out. The Orion's gonna be another 10 days. The Warhammer's gonna be another 5-ish. The Stalker's gonna be about 20, 22, something like that. The Archer's gonna be another week or 2. The Mackey's gonna be another month or so. The Marauder's gonna be a couple months at best. The Goliath is gonna be another 10 days or so. The Zeus is gonna be another 20 days. The Black Knight's gonna be another month. We did find some inner sphere large pulse lasers for what that's worth. Let me see. Can we have Tamalika take the head off? I really want her to get another XP. Maybe we could go for weapon specialist or something. I don't know. Yasrudin needs to get up to regular as soon as possible. Have Denise take the arm off. That just leaves the left arm and the left leg. And the actuators, which we're waiting, no big deal. In the meantime, to reattach right arm. No, we're not. We're just salvaging it. Moving on to Friday, January the 4th. Unmaintained units, yes we know. Maintenance on the Cronus by Penny Singh Gilmore. It remains almost pristine condition. We did have 3 medium pulse lasers. Clan Tech, quality C. We rolled a 9, a 10, and a 10, and they did not go up. That's a little concerning. 9 and a 10 and a 10 were not enough to make it go up, which means that probably like 5s and 6s are enough to make it go down. And we're more likely to get a 5 or a 6 than we are an 11 or a 12. So we're gonna start losing some pulse lasers and some ER lasers. All the clan tech is gonna start degrading. We'll do what we can to slow it down, but I don't think we're gonna be able to stop it. The lower arm actuator on the guillotine comes out. The Orion's gonna be 10 days. The Warhammer's gonna be 5 days. The Archer's gonna be like 6 days. Something like that. 540 on top of 24. Yeah, so like 7 days. The Goliath is gonna be another 10 days. Which is ridiculous because all we were doing was replacing like 1 medium and 1 small laser. With a clan medium and a clan small laser. I don't know why that's taking so flipping long. We do not want to advance today just yet. We can have Denise salvage the left arm. Yasrudin can salvage an actuator. Okay, yeah. Yasrudin. Two more XP and you'll be a medium, regular. Medium, regular, you know, whatever, same difference. Going on to Saturday the 5th, we got, oh, wait. Before we get any further, I never hired this guy last week. He's a 2-3 with hopping jack and dodge. I want to hire him. I don't know why I didn't hire him at the time. But I'm sure we've got more than 36 mech warriors, so we're gonna have to get rid of some. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 36. Okay, so we need to get rid of 2 mech warriors. That's gonna be the 8-8. And probably the 6-8. Change primary role to dependent. Change primary role to dependent, and we're back down to 36 mech warriors, which we can do with the leadership that we have. Okay. In the meantime, this Bendik Mechewski needs to be promoted to sergeant grade, senior grade lieutenant, because he is an NPC with no experience, just a lot of skill. Oh wow, we've only got 20 minutes left. I did not realize. The guillotine, we're just waiting for attack raiders to come out so that we can take the rest of its legs off. The warehouse, we've got a right arm. We've got an upper leg actuator. Got a left arm here. Okay, so Edeborg needs to be busy. She can do these XL engines on 5s. She can do the left torso on a 5. She can do this left torso on a 4. I think that's where I'm gonna start. Loney can get started on the left arm. The upper leg actuator, we can have, I guess, B do that. The right arm, we can have Fred Modry do that. That just leaves the 2 engines and the left torso that's badly damaged. Elena, no. Edeborg has internal specialists, so she's going to be the one doing the left torso as well as those engines, probably. Mr. McGorilla, hey, glad you can make it, even if just for the last little bit. You did miss the end of last week's mission. To put it bluntly, we stomped the crap out of them. We were able to salvage a guillotine, and we were able to take an ERPPC and a large pulse laser out of it, which I would not mind putting into... Oh, I don't know. Hoser's Ride could use a clan PPC. The Cronus could maybe use a large pulse laser. Yeah, nice is right. Let's see. We'll have I kind of want Chris to go up and actually Chrysanthemum, I would like her to be a weapon specialist so that she can help pull these clan weapons out and fix the clan weapons when they degrade to the point where they need to. Because Mr. and Mrs. Fix-It is going to mesh well with the clan tech knowledge, our weapon specialist, when all these clan weapons start to degrade. The next step for her is going to be clan tech knowledge, which is like 40 XP, which is insane. But we'll get there. Fred Modry still needs an edge. Edeborg, saving up for clan tech knowledge, I think. Penny is saving up for clan tech knowledge, I think. Yeah. Alright, so the archer took some damage, about 220 minutes worth. We can have Veronica knock out these first couple jobs on a 1 and a 3. We can have Daniel Apty knock that out on a 4. The Blackjack took a fair beating. We could have Guillaume repair the left torso. We do have a medium laser needs to be replaced. We can have a regular do that on a 4. Bill Purin, no, Denise? Yeah, we don't have any other clan tech that needs to be worked on. Denise could use the XP. Okay, Chris, 1 1 1 1. Okay, so we can just make all of these 1/8 time. And she can knock that out in 14, 21, 26 minutes. Actually, we can have Guillaume, who's an armor specialist, I had forgotten. He can knock all those out on 4s as well. Cronus. Let's check out Guillaume again. 64 minutes. Let's... Normal time, we've got 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0, so we can go rush job 1/8 and get all of those on 3s, which shouldn't be a problem. 4 minutes, 10 minutes, 4 minutes, 7 minutes. He's down to 38 minutes. The Cronus needs a reload. We can have a regular tech with no time to do that. That's going to be Daniel Apty. Thruden can get started on this actuator. The quick draw is going to be... how much time does Guillaume have left? 38 minutes. And he's actually going to be able... Oh, Guillaume also has Mr. Fix-It. So even at a D, he's not taking any penalties. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll do rush job times 8. We'll do all of these on 4s. Oh, we gained an XP for rolling a 2. Not bad. Oh, that one's quality E. Yeah, we'll do 13 minutes and 4 minutes. That leaves him with 1 minute, which is fine, I guess. Daniel Apty can knock out this ammo bin. That's him taken care of. The left arm, we can have Kostya. No, I want a veteran to do that. I would like to be able to do that on a 4. And the right torso, that we can have... we can have maybe Kai knock that out. Kai is close to going up in level. We'll have these guys all go halftime. We'll have Kai do all of those on 4s and 3s. The Stalker just took some ammo, or some armor damage, I should say. Daniel Apty can spend 30 minutes reloading those. And the Wolverine also has 45 minutes worth of reloading to do. We can have Shada knock those out real quick. Okay, we can have Elena, who is also an armor specialist. Actually, can probably knock these all out on a times 8. 3s, yeah, no problem. She is a regular boss when it comes to armor. Yeah, we've got that on a 4 in 2 minutes, 4 minutes, whoop-de-doo. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes. So the only thing left is the guillotine, and we're gonna try to give that one to Yasrudin so that he can gain some XP so that he can become a regular with clan tech knowledge. So, let's see, that's the infirmary taken care of, that's the repair bay taken care of, the warehouse. We're waiting on... Yeah, no one can do that on anything less than a 6. Yeah, we're gonna wait for Ediborg on those. The guillotine is the only thing that needs to be maintained. Oh, Shasa's close to going up. Oh no, from veteran to elite is 40, so Shasa's not close to going up. Kazuko is close to going up. Sosik is close to going up. Kai is not far from going up. Has the map changed any since last time we looked at it? It looks like this planet was always Smoke Jaguar, if I'm not mistaken. And this planet was always Ghost Bear. This one was Ghost Bear. So it looks like even though we rolled over the first of the month, the first of the year, the map didn't really change that much. They're still feeling invincible. And that is about all we've got going on for today. Moving on to Sunday the 6th. Yes, I know we have an unmaintained unit. Got the lower leg actuator off the guillotine. Got the left torso fixed. We got the left arm fixed. The Orion's going to be a little while. The Warhammer's only going to be about 3 more days. Hopefully. The Archer's only going to be about 4 more days. Speaking of which... Okay, so we hired that mech warrior. We gave Chris a tech specialist weapon. There was a couple of other things I wanted to do. I wanted to give the spider those machine guns. And that's going to be a Mark IV spider. That is going to be mixed inner sphere tech. We're going to ditch the left and right torso medium lasers and the head mounted small laser, I guess. Machine gun clan style, we're gonna add all 6 of those. And half a ton of machine gun ammo. And I guess we might as well add the small laser back in. Assign criticals. Okay, so the small laser was in the head. The machine guns go in the left and right torsos. Why do we have an extra heatsink? Do we not have enough of an engine to support 10 double heatsinks? No, we don't. Because we're only running a 240 engine and you need a 250 to accommodate all 10 base heatsinks. So that is going to be 4 machine guns in the left torso as well as the ammunition for it. Seems a little volatile. It's not my first choice. And that's going to take 6480 minutes. We will have we'll have Tamalika, I think, try to do that on a 7+. That's only going to take her like 15 days, 12 or 13 or 14 days, something like that. And that's going to be the Spider Mark IV, yes. The other thing I wanted to do, the Archer with the LRMs. I had said last week that 40 LRMs weighs 12 tons because I was thinking of 12 heat from 20 or 2 LRM 20s. But they are actually 10 tons each, so 20 tons. Which means that we don't have to pull all the medium lasers to install an Arrow 4 in this guy. How soon are we going to have our other Archer? About 4 days. That's a bit of a gamble. Susan is an engineer, so hopefully... Where is Susan again? She has an edge. And she will use that edge to reroll her refit if she fails it. But it's still going to be like an 8 or something, so she would have to make 1 8 out of 2. 40% plus 40%. looking at about 65%, I want to say, chance of succeeding on the first try. We'll go ahead and give her the chance to do that before we try putting an arrow 4 in the other archer. But that is on my to-do list. And then maybe we can stick that archer in the rear echelon artillery vehicles lance. We'll see. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. We'll advance the day. Yes, I know we've still got the guillotine. New scenario, base attack defender will occur on the 9th. So that is exciting. Okay. Let's check the campaign state. Okay, base convoy attack. Attack on an enemy supply convoy. That is not the mission I was expecting. Base attack defender on the 9th. Convoy attack on the 10th. Base defense. We've got a couple lances of medium mechs and tanks. We've got a couple lances of civilians that we're going to have to protect. We've got a couple rocket launcher and machine gun turrets. We've got a quad medium laser turret, which is not bad. Against the Locust 2C, 17,500 points. The Locust 2C, a Talon, a Thorn, a pair of Mongooses, another Talon, a Jenner 2C, a pair of Nighthawks, Crab 27B, a Howler, a Talon, a Hussar, a Nighthawk, and a Talon. And another 15,000 points in a Sentinel, a Lynx, an Excalibur, a pair of Black Knights, a 6B and a 6, an Ostscout, a Talon, a pair of Talons, a Mongoose, and a Thorn. And they get 6,000 points worth of reinforcements. And they expect us to bring Tonga Lance, which we should be able to do. Yeah, Tonga Lance is fine. We could maybe even bring in Aleutian Lance. Yeah, Aleutian Lance is... Ooh, Aleutian Lance is waiting on the Spider. The Spider is going to be more than 10 days. So the Spider's going to be out of action. We will have to figure out what we're going to bring besides Tonga Lance. Because I do want to bring more than just Tonga Lance to that battle. Galatea is missing the Orion and the Warhammer. Mariana is missing the Gundog. The Gundog is going to be how soon? Almost 10 days. So we might have to put together a Scratch Lance to defend this this base on the 10th. We might also have a problem with this convoy attack. We've got a 4-6 and a house officer. We've got 4 demons and a rhino in the op 4. We've got the enemy convoy, and we've got artillery. This is actually not going to be too difficult of a map unless we only deploy our infantry platoons, which is what they want. That is not going to happen. We are not going to deploy our infantry platoons against 4 demon tanks. Not considering that our infantry platoons are a total battle value of 254. That's not going to happen. So convoy attack, we did get 2 large pulse lasers in. New scenario, base attack defender will occur on the 9th. Convoy attack will will occur on the 10th. Yeah, I think I might have gotten a little ahead of myself with the refits. But in the meantime, the only thing waiting to be fixed up, demons are unable to fight infantry well. Are you sure? Are you serious? Because I mean, medium pulse lasers and a streak SRM, 4 streak SRM, 3 streak SRM2s. SRM6, 2 mediums, I mean, they're not great against infantry, but I don't think I would take 4 platoons of infantry against 4 demon tanks. And a Royal Rhino, which has LRM 10 with Artemis, 2 medium pulses, LRM 20 with Artemis, LRM 20 with Artemis. Yeah, no. If we try to take just our infantry against those 5 tanks, we're just gonna get destroyed. Even on a moonless night, even in the heavy fog, I don't think we have much of a chance there. And yes, hello Gribbly, glad you were able to make it. I think we can just have Yasrudin do those. And then we might be able to advance to the 8th. Maintenance on the Archer 2R Mark III. Things are improving. Not as fast as I would like, but not bad. Yasrudin got the foot actuator off. Did not get an XP for it. The Orion's going to be another 5 days. The Warhammer's going to be tomorrow. Yeah, at the very last minute. Literally the last minute, because we are actually over on our time already. The Archer's going to be another 3 days. So we're not going to have that done by the 10th. The Spider's going to be another 10 days. The Goliath is going to be another 6 days. Okay, so we're not going to have anything ready except the Warhammer, maybe. Yes, almost salvage that left leg. We'll have a veteran do that. We'll have B knock that out on a 4. And this is where we're going to save it. I feel like this is a good stopping point. So, this is where we're going to call it at 2 hours and 2 minutes in. Almost 3 hours. Or 2 hours, 3 minutes, I mean. We can get Silent K to play longer if we distract him and talk to him. Unfortunately, no. This is where I'm wrapping it up. Let me go ahead, double check. Yeah, okay. So, game is saved. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it, and it's great to have company, especially when I'm streaming on a night that I don't normally stream on. We will see you next week, I believe on Thursday, so 9 days from now. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and we will see you then.